Heyo, Chef Corso, Monty Boca, and welcome to Trailgating. We are here in Volunteer Park on the top of Capitol Hill in Seattle, Washington. It's another beautiful day. You're here, I'm in the parking lot again because we're gonna trailgate. We're gonna make a snack to finish our day hike or our hike at our campsite. We've got cars coming through here because we're in the parking lot. So we're to be mindful of that as we film today. But welcome to all the crews out there, Mappy Hour, North Face, Monty Boca, wherever you are. I hope you're doing all right because I'm having a great day, but I also am hungry and I need a snack. So trailgating. What we're gonna do here is make two trailgate recipes that are both gonna be super quick but really tasty and hopefully make you the hero of your trip next time you go out on a day hike or on a longer trek. So we're making two things today. We're gonna make a dirtbag sangria and we're also gonna make a roasted tomato goat cheese dip that is frankly one of the best Monty Boca recipes that we have. Really great fan favorite. There's never any left. So let's get cooking. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna make our sangria. And this is super quick, super dirtbag. And dirtbag, if you don't know what that means, it doesn't mean I'm throwing dirt in there. It doesn't mean it's gonna be gross. It just means that if you are a dirtbag, you don't quite care about getting dirty. You maybe are living out of your van for a little bit. It's just a fun term to share that you don't really care. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna make a red sangria. You could easily use this with white wine or rosé or a mixture of all of them if that's what you have in your quarantine pantry right now. But we've got a couple things we're gonna use. We're gonna use a Nalgene bottle, which I know most of you have out there. And I've got a bottle of red wine. And this is a great time to have a screw top because then I don't need to pack a wine key. But
it's always something I forget. A wine key.
And the great part about this is one bottle of wine fits in one Nalgene bottle with room to spare, which is going to be perfect for our recipe. So if you're getting ready for a 2 or 3 day hike, this is a great option to surprise your friends with a great tasty option once you finally get to your campsite. So the other thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna chop up our orange. You could also pack a cutie or a small satsuma. They're nice, easy, small, and packable. And I'm gonna squeeze our orange in here.
Mariposa Dawn says, you had me at dirtbag.
You had me at dirtbag. Awesome. And for all you guys out there, if you have a question on any of these recipes or any cooking recipes as we're going through, just go and throw them in the comment section and we'll do our best to answer them. And then I'm gonna cut up my apple in just some rustic chunks here. And in true dirtbag fashion, it fell on the ground, but I'm okay with that. It's gonna be fine. So I've got about a half an apple in here. The rest of it, you could have a nice little snack. Other things you can add to this are maybe a sugar packet or two you can grab at the coffee shop, or a little bit of honey if you do like to sweeten it up a little bit, but also just depends on your overall flavor profile that you like and also the overall sweetness of the wine that you're starting with. You can also add a little bit of nipper of a little bit of rum, a little bit of vodka, a little bit of extra in there, but that's up to you. I will say that having a hangover after a long day of hiking and waking up the next day is not the best idea. So, more alcohol in the camping situation, not necessarily the best option, but that's up to you. So what you do is throw all that together, shake that up, and let this sit for at least an hour. But what I like to do is throw it right in my pack and let it marinate as we're going up the hill, and it'll be ready for dinner time. Or you could just do this right at your car after, oh jeez, old knees. But what you can do is do this right before your day hike. Go out for your morning or going out for your afternoon, and it'll be ready for you when you get back. Always be mindful about how much you're drinking, so Probably don't drink this all yourself because you'll be driving down the mountain.
But if you make it as a surprise for your hiking buddies, you will be the hero of the hike, and one glass will be enough.
Absolutely. So I love that for a great little treat for any trip. So let's make our bursted tomato goat cheese dip. And this is a Trailgate recipe, so it's meant to be quick and it's meant to be shareable. And I love this recipe because it's incredibly packable. So camp stove situation today, we have a little bit over 1.5 liter MSR situation here. And I love it because you can pack a lot of your ingredients right inside and utilize that volume. So we have some baby tomatoes, which are super packable. Also have a log of goat cheese. This I got at Costco, so nothing fancy. And I've got some dried oregano, some red chili flake, and either garlic powder or fresh garlic. You can just chop that up really quick. And again, really easy packing. So we've got a little bit of oil and a little bit of salt. And I love using these stuff sacks, or this is an old airline bag, airline amenity bag that they give you, but these are really handy, also easy to throw in the wash when you get back home, so utilize those. Well, let's get this rolling. So we're just going to throw a little bit of oil in here, and our tomatoes. We can go ahead and throw our seasoning in as well. So a little bit of salt, a little bit of chili flake. If you don't like spice, you can go ahead and leave this out, no worries. Ooh, it's already sizzling. A little bit of dried oregano or some Italian seasoning if you've got that, or some dried basil. And a little bit of garlic powder. And we're going to start to stir that up. And our tomatoes are already bursting a little bit. So we're going to let that cook for a minute or two. And what you can do is add a little bit of water to help that process go a little quicker. Clean up my station here really fast. And then the question is, okay, great, well, how do we eat that? And what are we going to do about that? Well, this is a great dunking recipe. So what are we going to use to dunk? So I've got a couple options here today. I've got a sandwich roll that we can just break up. I've got some crackers, and specifically these are Mary's Gone crackers. And if you don't know Mary, she has definitely gone crackers because these are delicious. They're also gluten-free, really seedy, super, super yummy. One of my favorites. Come on, Mary, get back here. Nice, we are bubbling. Already smelling great.
How about Old
The
Bay?
other thing we have today is some chips. And they're kind of like tortilla chips, but they're not. They're apparently black bean chips, bean fields. And we're gonna do a quick tasting today while our tomatoes are bursting. So a little bit more about me. I'm a classically trained chef. I have over 20 years of restaurant and hospitality experience. I trained in Northern Italy and Napa Valley, but a lot of my life was a product development chef. I was a research chef, so I got to test and make products like this, and ice creams and salad dressing and a whole bunch of stuff. So I am always super interested on new products, on what they taste like and how they did it. So these are bean chips, 4 grams of protein, which is 4 grams of fiber, and overall ingredient listing is black beans, shocker, brown rice, and oil and salt. So pretty quick and easy ingredient listing here today. Check on our tomatoes. Those are looking really good. Frankly, only need another minute or two. So see how this is kind of what we're looking for. Nice. Get that back on the fire. So let's try these black bean chips. Also, fun fact, I love chips. They're like my crack, where I could just eat a whole bag at one time, especially on a hike after I'm tired. Well, they're crispy. They're chippy.
Do they taste like beans?
They don't really taste like much, I will tell you. They're a little mealy. Overall, they're pretty good. I could go for actually a little bit more salt and maybe a light seasoning. They're pretty straightforward, but they aren't bland, but there's not a whole lot of flavor notes there. Yeah, I give it an okay. I give it an okay. All right, back to our tomatoes. So now our tomatoes have burst. They're looking really good. So I'm gonna go ahead and put
the tomatoes.
Yeah. So if you don't have one of these camp stoves, as you can see, they cook really hot and really fast. Oh my goodness, beautiful. So the last step to this is we're gonna put our goat cheese in here, and we're just gonna give it a stir and melt that goat cheese down. Always remember to pack your trash out. Really, really important not to leave it in the backcountry or in your local park.
And while that's getting all nice and melted, I'm going to give you your daily dose of Zen here. We are at the Volunteer Park Conservatory on top of Capitol Hill in Seattle, and it is just bursting with some blossoms. How are we looking, Chef?
We are looking great. We are done. So this is what it should look like at the end. The great part about this one too is you don't even have to have any dishes, because you can just dunk right in here and pass it around the campfire. Get a nice dip in there. This is a great I dip, you dip, we dip recipe, one of my favorites. And follow it up with a little dose of some sangria. What more could you want after a great day hike or after a great day on the trail?
Christina K35 says, okay, I've had this recipe and it's amazing. So yummy.
Nice.
This is by far my personal favorite recipe as well.
And the other thing about this recipe, this turns into a pasta sauce immediately. So you could add some penne, you could add some rigatoni, or whatever pasta you have in your pantry. Just mix that up. Also, great starting point, because you could add some olives or some artichoke hearts or fresh zucchini or something in there to make this into a whole meal. Or if you are, staying at home for a week and you aren't seeing anybody, I won't judge you if you eat this whole thing by yourself. But that's for you. And thanks for joining us for our Trailgate here. If you're looking for more recipes, more easy, fast recipes, all Monte Boca recipes are 10 ingredients or less, ready in 30 minutes or less, and use fresh ingredients for both, mainly for outside cooking, but can easily be translated for inside cooking. So check us out online, monteboca.com. If you'd like a handy packable cookbook, we have this available in our shop. But all the other recipes are free. We have over 140, all broken down by meal type, dietary restriction, because I want you to be able to eat well wherever you are, depending on your dietary restriction. So thanks for coming along. Hope you enjoyed our great vista here at the Volunteer Park Conservatory. And thanks to the Mappy Hour crew. If you're interested in what that is, it's mappyhour.org. Also check out monteboca.com for other great stove information, packing information, fun tips and trip reports. Join us next time. We are going to be cooking again on Saturday morning at 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 p.m. Eastern time, and we are making toast. Hooray for toast. We'll be making some fancy options. We'll be making some easy options for both quick, yummy lunches and meals on the trail or at home. So thanks for joining us today. Hope you enjoy both of these recipes, whether you're in quarantine, you're staying home, or you're able to get outside a little bit. But thanks for coming along. Boca Boca.